Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Ete with another episode of Eco Lawn Science, and I think this is the Big 5-0. I'm actually surprised. I always laugh. Started back in January. This is episode 50. So for those of you who have heard one or two or all 50 of these, thank you. Appreciate it. I'm surprised. I get reports on the 3 different shows that I do, and this one by far gets an insane amount of downloads, and which I just laugh. I didn't know people were that interested in whatever I am talking about, especially in the lawn care space, but it's just funny. But it's cool. So anyway, thank you guys for sticking around with me. And yeah, I'm always looking for, feedback, ideas, episodes, things you want to talk about, people you want me to interview. I'll do whatever. It's fun for me. I enjoy it. So, anyway, big 5-0. I feel old. But so this is Ete with the 50th episode of Eco Lawn Science. The last handful, you may have noticed, I've done in the studio. We switched over to a live film studio and to capture the film, which is great. I'm such an audio guy that I wanted to do 50 here in my studio because I like the quality of the mic. I like the good sound, that kind of thing. And so anyway, but thanks for tuning in regardless, whether it's YouTube or Buzzsprout, Spotify, podcasts, wherever. All right. One of the quick things I've learned is I can't stand podcasts where they spend. I was listening to one the other day that I love. It's 8 minutes was the intro and was the commercials and sponsors. So I'm actually running very long at 150 right here. So let's jump in. But I just want to say thank you. I'm celebrating episode 50, so I took an extra minute and a half to talk about nothing. Today I want to talk about lawn boxes. What do I mean by lawn boxes? If you haven't seen them by now, there are companies like Sunday, like Lawn Box, like Lawn Love, I think. I can't remember. Anyway, there's tons of them popping up, especially they kind of started launching in 2018, 19 that started picking up. And now in 20, I think I've seen about 8 or 9 different companies offering the subscription lawn care in a box. So I want to talk a little bit about that today. In some of my Facebook posts that I'm a part of with other landscape business owners around the country, a lot of them are just terrified and agitated by this concept. And they're seeing these ads and they're going, oh man, here we go. We're going to lose business. We're putting products in the hands of homeowners who don't know what they're doing. And so there's that side of it. And I understand that part. One of the things I've learned is, as far as an environmental impact, the biggest thing that I've seen through the years is it's really when you have people who don't know what they're doing using products. So I get what they're concerned about. But on the other side, I feel like if the products are controlled and limited so they're not getting too much more than they need, and they're educated and walked step by step through the process, I think it's a cool thing. So we'll talk a little bit about the pros and cons of it. So I'll start there. So as far as to those landscapers and companies like myself who run service-based companies, I personally don't see it being a problem. I don't see it interacting or not interacting. I don't see it taking work away from the service providers like the Eco Lawns and the Scotts and All Green and all these local or not local, national companies. I think we're fine. I'm sure there'll be a few people that switch, but overall, I think the benefits that the box serve, it's more geared towards a DIY type of person. Now, I know that we have a lot of clients that we might be on the higher end of what they're willing to spend, or maybe they do want to do some themselves, or a little bit of both. And so I could see, losing a handful of clients to that. But for the most part, I think, because with those services, you still have to get there and do the application. You still have to get dirty, and you're still spending money. So they may not see the value there. They may, my opinion is people who are hiring a service, they're going to keep hiring a service. This box, lawn in a box subscription service is really geared towards DIYers, people who are already doing it themselves. So I think, you might lose a small percentage of maybe 5% people who say, ooh, I could save a few bucks, I want to do this, and that's possible. But as a whole, I don't think we need to worry, I don't think we need to fear. Now, watch in a few years, I will be eating those words. That being said, I think it really serves the DIY community, and I think for them, I actually really love the concept. I think that, if you follow the show at all, one of the takeaways is there's a lot going on in lawn care. It's very complicated, and it can be done by anybody. If you're willing to put the time, the research, and the science, and to learn, you can do it. I see guys, some of the most incredible lawns I've ever seen were not by companies. They were by homeowners because they care so much. They're there every day, right? They're going to treat that lawn like it's their own because it is their own. And so I think, that type of personality who wants to have that green lawn, who just loves it and they take a lot of pride in it, I think the box service is the way to go because what it eliminates is a few things. The first thing, one of the biggest issues you have in lawn care is putting the wrong amount of nutrients, right? Over applying, or the wrong nutrients. It might be, like right now, it's 95 outside degrees and it's been in the 90s for over a month, and you put down a high nitrogen, you burn your lawn. There's just a lot of, and then you go online to research and you might hear 20 people say this, 20 people say that. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of areas to get lost and make mistakes. So by having the box, they are sending you the right nutrients, hopefully, depending on the company you go with, we'll talk about that later, and hopefully the right amount, right? They're measuring out your square footage. So if you have a 5,000 square foot lawn, you're getting enough product for 5,000 square feet. So even if you went, so you can't put 10,000, you can't put enough product, you can't put double or triple the rate down because you don't have it. And so I do love that. I feel like that piece of it really helps clean up the environmental part that I struggle with, which is, people putting way too much down or the wrong thing down. Well, now they know if the right company, they're getting the right products at the right time, and the right amount. I mean, if they go too heavy, they'll run out, so that they have to learn how to adjust their walking speed, their application rate. But you're not going to be putting down 50 pounds of fertilizer in an area that requires 5 pounds, right? So you eliminate that. So I love that side of it. I also know what it's like for many people. They go to Home Depot, or I should just say big box stores, wherever you go, and you go to the fertilizer aisle, there's a million bags, weed controls, products. There's just so much going on that you really, you need a degree to really figure out what the heck is going on. What do you need, right? So I like that they're eliminating that. I like that they're eliminating this idea of, I don't have to go, for me, Home Depot is about 20-minute ride, right? So 20 minutes up, spend an hour there, whatever, talking, figuring out people, relying on the guy in orange's expertise, lugging a huge bag home, pouring it in, trying to understand it, watching 2 videos. I don't have to worry about that as a homeowner. So again, there's another pro for the idea. And so for those reasons, I think it's a cool thing. I think it's great. I think it benefits for those of you who are homeowners and do like to do some yourselves. And I know we have quite a few of you that tune into this show. I really like this option for you. I think you need to make sure you pick the right company. One of the big problems that I'm having personally with some of them, and I will say this, let me just get this out there. One of the reasons I love this idea is I've actually, for over 5 years, have been involved with a project, with a subscription box company. And it's not one of the ones that you've known. It's a brand new one. And we have a very different take because of my experience and I love to listen to clients and see what do we need to do to build a company that makes people happy, that we're listening to our customers. And so anyway, but I'm not here to advertise that. But what I have seen is I actually know this box industry very well, even though it's brand new, because I've been in it since day one. And maybe some point in the future we'll talk about that. But one of the things I'm realizing is a lot of the companies, because right now, on the entrepreneurial side, everybody watches Shark Tank, everybody watches and everybody hears about the big money, the Silicon Valley money, which is now phasing out. We're moving on. In Utah, you have Silicon Slopes, but the tech, right? Tech is where big money is, fast valuations. In 2 years, I can build it, I can sell it for $1 million. That's the kind of business that people are really interested in, right? That fast, take over the world kind of thing. And I'm not that way. I have found that I'm just the opposite, actually. I like slow, good growth, but high quality. But I just like a little bit better each day. I like step by step, adding clients, not going from 0 to 1,000 to where you can't support them or your company loses quality. And so anyway, I just believe that all good things in life take time and take a lot of energy and a lot of hard work to accomplish. And it's not so much just these one-hit things. It's just getting up every day, doing the right thing, honestly, with integrity each day. And then over time, you have a great company. So anyway, and so the thing I don't like is that I've noticed that the mindset that I have seen, knowing some other owners that have gone into this space, is, wow, they look at it like a tech company versus they've always been in the service industry. And it is, you're moving product, it's drop ship, it's a whole different thing than sending out trucks, dispatching, having to manage customer, blah, 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 that type of thing. But they're seeing, I think a lot of them are getting caught up in the dollar signs. They're seeing, wow, this is next level lawn care. This is, we can scale out, we can have millions. And I feel like the companies, almost all of them, are looking too big. They want to be, because of this type of company, you don't have to be local, right? You can ship boxes from Utah to New Jersey. And so I think a lot of them are just with those type of eyes, like, okay, if we can get 5 million subscribers around the US at $30 a month, here's my monthly revenue, end of the year, and just kind of looking at this almost a model in a box. And the thing I don't like about that, and I get it, because you're going to get a fast, high valuation. You could turn around, maybe sell it to Scott, sell it to True Green, or whatever they're going to do with it. But I feel like I want to see something slower. I want to see something local. That's the difference. I want to see a company that is offering this service, so a subscription box company service, and a solution that's much cheaper than hiring, me and my company, Ecolawn, half the price. But I want to see it done by local experts. That's kind of what's missing for me. That's what's been missing, and that's kind of what I've been building. Is we've built one that is really focused on local. So we're not trying to serve New York while we're in Utah. Because what I'm finding is, you can go from 0 to 1 million. But what about the customers, right? I mean, if you have in Utah, you've got bluegrass, and you get back east, you've got fescues, and then you've got down south centipedes, Bermudas, zoysias, all these things. And yes, you can build custom programs for each region, and I understand that. I think it's a great place to eventually go to scale. But I've just noticed a lot of them, the customer service is missing for me. I purchase and I buy from companies that I know I get support. I actually have no problem paying more if the support's good. An example is my life insurance company. I've had a life insurance. They did business policies for me for a year. They do like 10 policies. It's a big company that everybody knows. But you know what? And I'm paying more. And I know I've actually seen people tell me you could get 30% cheaper. But I don't even look into it because the customer service is there. When I'm in a jam, and I've been in a jam, and I can't find my card, I can text them, and within seconds, here's my insurance card. Things like that. And so that's the piece that I don't want to see lost from the box subscription. I want to see someone bridge the gap between having a service, like a service company, and also the subscription, where you can find a middle ground for the DIYers where they could spend less, but they have guidance, right? That's the company I'm interested in. And in full honesty, that's the company I've been building. But again, I'm not here to promote myself. But I say that because I'm telling you, I have experience with this. But that's the thing. So I love the idea. I'm excited about it. I do think the future, especially like 10 years, looks a lot more of this. Right now, maybe this is, I actually don't know. Maybe it's 2-3% of the lawn care, lawn fertilization weed control market. But I would imagine in 5-10 years, it becomes 25-30%. And so I think we have to kind of get on board with it and make a space for it, because there is a space for it. But I do think that you still have your homeowners that want to deal with, they want their lawn guy to come, and they want, if there's a problem in the lawn, they don't want to deal with it. Hey, they want to text you, hey, I got an issue, can you come check it out? And so I think there'll be place for that. But I also see the rising market, and I think there's a lot of space for this. I think it's a cool product. It's a great way to solve the needs, as long as you don't abandon all the customer service. A lot of the companies, they just want to get huge. They want to just take over. But with that, they suffer customer service, right? It's like trying to call a bank and you get 50 automated things and you're punching your phone. I can't stand that. I need to be able to pick up the phone, or at least know that if I leave a message in the next hour or two, I'm going to get a call back from an expert. And so that's what I think is missing. That's what I want to see. So anyway, there's my feedback on the subscription lawn box companies. I think they're cool. I'm really excited about them. There are some complications, like that. Like I said, different types of grasses, different problems throughout the year. What if you have a fungus spot, insect spot? What if you have a brown spot you can't identify? Is the company going to walk you through that? Are they going to be there? Can you pick up the phone and say, hey, what's this spot? And if you can, I'm all in. That's awesome. And do they have an expert who says, hey, this is what it is. You've got a necrotic ring spot fungus. You need to do this, this, and this, decrease this. That's the kind of company I want to see. So anyway, I hope this was interesting to you. Again, thank you guys so much. Episode number 50. We're going to 100, so I'm pretty stoked. The other show, I've never mentioned any of my other shows, but if you ever have any interest, if you like what you're hearing, I do a show called The Company Next Door, where I interview local entrepreneurs. Some have made multi-millions, but for the most part, it's your neighbors. That was the idea. I was driving through the neighborhood and I said, wow, they own a company. They've done cool things. All these people do cool things. Nobody tells the story. And so I interview the entrepreneurs, and we don't really just talk about revenues and how they built the company. That's part of it, but we talk about them and the why and how they came to this area, or what led them here and what are some of the mistakes. And so it's a great, if you're into entrepreneurial, they should have made an easier word for us, learning and things like that. You'll love this show. So that's The Company Next Door. You can find it anywhere. And my other show is The Creator Next Door. Very similar concept, but I'm a musician as well. That's like my main passion. And so I interview local and not local. I've done some artists from New Zealand, from Philadelphia, New York, all over, but I interview these bands, up and coming, or authors or filmmakers that haven't hit it big time but have had some good success, up and coming, doing cool things, creating cool things, putting out positive energy out there. And again, the whole idea is to inspire people. Hey, if you've got a business idea, do it, and here's some tips. That's The Company Next Door. And The Creator Next Door, if you want to write that book, or if you want to write a song or a poet, or if you want to create, it doesn't have to be that, right? If you want to create a cool meal for your family, if you want to create a budget, whatever it is, we're hoping to inspire you to create. Again, we really believe that if people are out creating and they're satisfied, they're fulfilled, they're happy, and we're going to have less of the rioting and the division that we're having out there. So anyway, Creator Next Door, Company Next Door. Thought I'd let you know. This is Ete. Thanks so much. I'll see you on the next episode.